John 21. After these things, Jesus revealed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias, and this is how he appeared. Together were Simon Peter, Thomas called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 other disciples. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They replied, "We will go with you." So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. As dawn was breaking, Jesus stood on the shore, yet the disciples did not recognize that it was him. Jesus called out to them, "Children, do you have any food?" They answered, "No." He said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." They cast it, and soon they were unable to haul it in because of the multitude of fish. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had removed it, and plunged into the sea. But the other disciples came in the small boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from land, about 200 cubits away. When they came ashore, they saw a fire of coals with fish laid on it, and bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught." Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net to shore, full of large fish, 153 in total, and though there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." None of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came, took the bread, and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the 3rd time Jesus revealed himself to the disciples after rising from the dead. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He answered, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." Again Jesus asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He replied, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Tend my sheep." A 3rd time Jesus asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved that Jesus asked him a 3rd time, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Lord, you know all things, you know that I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my sheep. Truly, truly, I tell you, when you were young, you dressed yourself and went where you wished. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will dress you and lead you where you do not wish to go." Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. After this, he said to him, "Follow me." Peter turned and saw the disciple whom Jesus loved following them, the one who had leaned against Jesus at the supper and asked, "Lord, who is going to betray you?" Seeing him, Peter asked Jesus, "Lord, what about this man?" Jesus replied, "If I want him to remain until I return, what is that to you? You follow me." Because of this, a rumor spread among the brothers that this disciple would not die. But Jesus did not say that he would not die. He only said, "If I want him to remain until I return, what is that to you?" This is the disciple who testifies to these things and who wrote them down. We know that his testimony is true. There are also many other things Jesus did, which, if every one were written down, I suppose that even the whole world could not contain the books that would be written.